We will discuss about the chapter 11, the human eye and the colorful world. In this chapter, we will discuss about the structure of human eye, its various parts and the functions of these parts. In the middle part of the chapter, we will discuss about various defects of vision like myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, color blindness, etc. And in the last part of the chapter, we will discuss about various natural phenomena that are associated with light, like why the sky appears blue, why the sun appears red at the time of sunrise and at the time of sunset, why the rainbow is so colorful, why red colored light is used for danger signals. So there are many questions in your mind which you will get the answer in this chapter. So let's start this chapter with a positive note that we will get to the answers of various questions that are in our mind. So I need your full concentration in this chapter so that we can understand each and every part of this chapter. The human eye is one of the most sensitive sense organ in our body, which enables us to see the surrounding world around us. The human eye is more or less like a photographic camera. In human eye, if an object is placed in front of the eye, a real and inverted image of that object is formed on a light sensitive screen, that is retina. And that image is formed with the help of a lens inside the eye. It is a convex lens made up of protein. Similarly, in a camera, there may be lens or lens system which helps in the formation of real and inverted image of the objects placed in front of it, and that image is formed on a light sensitive screen which is photofilm. But nowadays these cameras are replaced by digital cameras where a separate principle is used. In this part of class, we will discuss about the structure of the human eye, the various parts associated and their function. If you look at this diagram, this is the diagrammatic representation, a level diagram of the human eye. If I ask you about the shape of the human eye or the eyeball is spherical in shape. It is spherical in shape and its approximate diameter is 2.3 centimeter. तो eyeball एक sphere और उस sphere का approximate diameter कितना 2.3 centimeter. If you look at the structure, human eyeball का front portion is slightly bulging outward. And this portion which is transparent and bulging outward is called cornea. So if I ask you what is cornea, cornea is the front transparent portion of the human eye, and it acts as window of the eye through which light can enter into the eye. It acts as window of the eye. And behind the cornea, with the help of muscle, there is a convex lens. There is what? Convex lens. Between the lens and the cornea, there is circular diaphragm made up of muscles and pigments. और ये साइड व्यू में सर्कुलर नहीं दिखाई दे रहा, but there is circular diaphragm, and this circular diaphragm is called iris. इस सर्कुलर डायफ्राम में एक छोटा सा होल होता है, and that is called pupil of the eye. So to clear your concept here, if you look at the front view of the eye, तो फ्रंट व्यू में जो हम लोग को कलर्ड पोर्शन दिखाई देता है, हम लोग जो कहते हैं किसी का आई ब्लू है, किसी का आई ब्लैक है, किसी का ब्राउन है, किसी का ग्रे है, and that is because of this color, the color of the iris, और iris पे छोटा सा hole, the hole is called pupil. Iris is made up of muscles and pigments. So this hole is called pupil, and this circular diaphragm is iris. When the intensity of light outside is very high, जब बाहर light बहुत ज़्यादा, जैसे bright sunlight में, if you go into the bright sunlight, the size of the pupil gets reduced. When you are in dim light or you are sitting in darkness, at that time the size of the pupil gets increased. And this adjustment with the help of iris. So अगर पूछा जाए what is the function of iris? Iris controls and regulates the amount of light entering into the eye by adjusting the size of the pupil. By adjusting the size of pupil, it allows the right amount of light to enter into your eye. Because if excessive light enter into your eyes, that may damage the retina of the eye. And retina, you know that it is the light sensitive screen inside the eye where images are formed and real inverted images are formed. So we have discussed about cornea and iris, pupil of the eye. Now if you look at the structure, this is cornea. Here we discussed about iris, and behind that there is a convex lens. So if we look at the eyeball, behind the cornea with the help of ciliary muscles, a convex lens is held in position. So these muscles are called ciliary muscles, and this lens is biconvex lens, which is made up of fibrous material, especially protein. So if I ask you what is the material of the convex lens inside human eye, it is protein, or eye lens is made up of protein. This eye lens, its focal length is variable. Its power is variable. If I ask you with what material the eye lens made of, the eye lens is made up of protein, and thereby the eye lens is flexible. Its converging power is also adjustable. Now how it is adjusted, that we are going to discuss. The eye lens becomes thin when the ciliary muscles get relaxed. जब ciliary muscles relaxed state में होगा तो लेंस थिन हो जाएगा, और लेंस थिन होने से its curvature decreases. इसका curveness कम हो जाएगा. When its curvature decreases, its focal length increases. When its focal length increases, its converging power decreases, and this helps in far vision. So हम लोग ने क्या डिस्कस किया कि आई लेंस का फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी होना और फ्लेक्सिबल होना एक एडवांटेज है, जिससे वो अपना फोकल लेंथ चेंज कर सकता है टू सी द डिस्टेंट एज वेल एज नियर बाई ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्लियरली. So eye lens, it is flexible, its curvature is not fixed, it is adjustable. वो adjust कैसे होता है? When the ciliary muscles are relaxed, the eye lens becomes thin, its curvature decreases, focal length increases. Focal length increase होने से power decrease होता है, because the relation between power and focal length P equals to 1 by F in meters. So हम लोग जानते हैं कि लेंस का अगर फोकल लेंथ इंक्रीज होगा तो पावर डिक्रीज होगा. So एक बार इस सीक्वेंस को वापस समझ लेते हैं हम लोग. When the ciliary muscles get relaxed, the lens becomes thin, curvature decreases, focal length increases, converging power decreases, and that helps in far vision. अगर हम बोले कि आपको पास का चीज देखना है, in that case the ciliary muscles contract. The ciliary muscles contract and the eye lens becomes thick. The eye lens here it became thin, now it becomes thick. Its curvature increases. Its curvature increases, and thereby here the focal length was increased and now the focal length decreases. And thereby we can say that converging power increases. And due to increase in converging power, it helps in near vision. So what is understood here, that human eye lens is flexible, its curvature is adjustable, and it is adjusted with the help of ciliary muscles. So if you look at the sequence here, when the ciliary muscles contract, the eye lens becomes thick, curvature increases, focal length decreases, converging power increases, which helps in near vision. So by adjusting the focal length of the eye lens, we can see the distant as well as nearby objects clearly, and this spatial ability is called power of accommodation. So we have discussed about cornea, we discussed about iris, pupil, then we discussed about the spatial ability of human eye or its lens is that power of accommodation. And if you look at the diagram, the eyeball is made up of actually 3 layers. The wall of the eyeball is made up of 3 layers, and the innermost layer is called retina. The innermost layer is called retina, and retina is also called the screen of the eyeball where image is formed. And you should know that on retina, real and inverted images of the objects are formed. This retina is made up of 2 types of cells, rod cells and cone cells. These are light sensitive cells, and these rod cells, these cells respond to the intensity of light, and cone cells respond to color of light. So we can see this colorful world around us because of the sensitiveness of cone cells, and we can detect about the dimness and brightness because of the sensitiveness of rod cells. So what are the 2 types of cells present in the retina? Rod cells and cone cells. And what kind of image is formed on retina? It is real inverted image. If you look at the retina, on retina you can see here leveling 2 spots are there. One is called blind spot, other is called yellow spot. Now blind spot is that region which is the least sensitive region of the retina. In this region the optic nerves enter the eyeball, and if image is formed at blind spot, no signals will be sent to brain. On the other hand, the most sensitive spot or the region of the retina is called yellow spot, and at this spot if image is formed, we will get the clearest vision. So spot for clearest vision is yellow spot, and this spot where no images are formed, even if images are formed, no signal will be sent to brain. Thereby the other spot is called blind spot. Now similar to camera, in our eye there is eyelid. Eyelid acts as shutter of the camera. So when we close the eyelid, no light enters into our eye. So what is understood here, we discussed about different structure. Now if you look at here, this is the eye lens, this is the retina. Between the lens and retina, the space is filled up with jelly like material, and this jelly like material is called what? vitreous humor. Between the lens and the cornea, this space is filled up with watery substance, which is viscous substance, and this watery substance is called aqueous humor. So cornea, aqueous humor, vitreous humor, lens, all these together help in the formation of image of an object on the retina. And when image is formed on retina, when light falls on the retina, the cells here get activated. The cells get activated upon illumination, and they generate a kind of nervous electrical impulse, and that impulse is sent to brain. And when the signals reach brain, we can have the sensation of vision. In this way, the eye helps us to see the surrounding world, the surrounding colorful world.